What's going on, everyone? I am back here with an update video on my 1993 Ford Explorer. Now, I originally bought this Explorer in 2020 for $1,300. And back then it was a complete junker, but I've done a complete restoration on it since. It's now December of 2024, so it's been nearly 5 years since I bought this Explorer. I have since had the vehicle entirely repainted. The interior has been completely reupholstered. The transmission has been rebuilt. A remanufactured engine was installed in July of this year. Pretty much all the accessories on the engine are new, all the sensors, all the vacuum lines. I mean, this is as in new condition, nearly. All Motorcraft parts were used when available. It's had new tires put on it. I even bought these little stickers that all the Ford cars had in the 80s and 90s. I bought some reproduction of these stickers and just slapped them on here yesterday. Go ahead and show you the interior. See, here's the seats I've had redone. Just had them redone last week. Cat skins leather. New headliner as well. It's had a bunch of body work done. I was able to find a nice steering wheel off of eBay, so that looks brand new. I took the floor mats. I had a parts truck not that long ago, a white 1994 XLT, just like this one. That's where the headliner came from, but I had it recovered, but that's where the board itself came from, because mine had water damage. But factory floor mats, that's super rare. None of these still have the factory floor mats. Those are used, well used, but these back here are a set of new old stock ones I was able to find on eBay. So those are literally like brand new, and this back bench seat has been reupholstered. I mean, this thing is so nice. This thing is so freaking nice now that I don't even want to drive it sometimes or park in the big parking lot, because I don't want a shopping cart to roll into it and scratch my paint up. It needs to be washed and waxed. New headlamp assemblies as well. It's just really nice now. Not many of them in this condition. And if you go back and watch my older videos, or if you remember, it was in absolutely terrible shape. It was a complete junker when I bought it. Had a blown transmission, a bunch of vacuum leaks. Randomly, when you'd try to start it, it would just sit there and crank, then it would fire up. I mean, it had a lot of issues. The cargo floorboard had holes in it from where it had rusted. I've since taken care of that. Excuse me. The windshield channel was rusted out. I had to have that repaired. The sunroof leaked. All that stuff is really common with these Explorers. I've come to find out these 2/4 windows were leaking when I bought it, and that's what caused the rust. And back here, the seal around this window, when I purchased it, this seal wasn't even here. Somebody had tried to replace it, I guess, after the factory one fell down, but it wasn't the right size. So water, whenever it would rain, you could sit here in this back seat and water would just trickle down the glass into the floorboard. So this got all rusted up. But I've taken care of that. I've taken care of all the water leaks. Nothing leaks in here anymore when it rains, thank God. But here's the original sunroof carrier bag. So basically, I had to seal my I had to seal the sunroof shut on this, unfortunately, because nobody makes the seal for it anymore. Ford pretty much just obsoleted that part as soon as they stopped making these, so you're never gonna find one, so I just sealed it shut. It's not like I'd use it anyways, but this bag, essentially, if you had a properly working, a functioning sunroof, you would unclip the sunroof because it doesn't slide back like in the newer ones. It has a little crank and it pops up, then you unclip it, then you'd take the glass out of the roof and you'd stick it in that little bag. And those things, people sell these bags on eBay for like $400. I'm not joking. They're that hard to come by. But that's the original bag with the car. And this cargo cover is pretty rare too. I found that at a junkyard. But yeah. Go ahead and close this. One of the things I still need to fix on it is this rear wiper arm. The little motor inside the gear strip, so when you turn it on, it just makes a horrible screeching noise and doesn't actually wipe the windshield. I'd like to get some tire paint and paint the letters on the tires, because I feel like that would make it stand out a little bit more. Kind of looks plain to me without it on these old Explorers. There's a shot of the roof. Luggage racks. Guess we could sit in it and fire it up. I fixed these little lights on the door. Those weren't working when I bought it. Somebody had tried to replace the bulbs, but they broke the bulbs off in the socket, so I had to go to the scrapyard and cut new sockets out for them. And here we have the super rare armrest that always breaks on them. I was able to get that out of my parts Explorer. If I can find the right set of keys here. Go ahead and start it up. I put an aftermarket head unit in it. I don't want to turn that on because I don't want to get a copyright strike. I got a new dash bezel off of eBay to replace this one because, well, the clips, it's a stupid design. The clips are built into it. You can't replace them, so when they break, you're just screwed and you just end up with this. The speedometer cable needs to be lubricated, so that's gonna have to come off anyways. And I want to fix the air conditioning. The air still isn't working. Yeah. It runs really well. Starts up great. Idles well, drives down the road well. No mechanical problems whatsoever. It shifts great. Sounds great. Sometimes I get a little lifter tick when I start it up. It's a new engine. I really just don't think, because I had to have the head gaskets replaced on this engine when a couple weeks after I installed it. So no, I'm not pulling the heads off again to replace the lifters. It's not going to hurt anything. I'll go ahead and pop the hood for you. Here we go. This is Ford's 4.0 overhead valve, 4.0 Cologne V6. Makes 160 horsepower. Gets terrible fuel mileage. What does this thing get? It gets like 14 miles to a gallon in the city, I think. 14 or 13. Gets like 17 on the highway. Not great fuel mileage, but this is considered to be one of the best V6 engines ever made, so it's got that going for it. And it's super easy to work on, super simple. Yeah. Everything under here is new. The entire cooling system's new, the alternator's new, plug wires are new, spark plugs are new, vacuum lines are new. All the sensors, TPS, IAC, mass airflow sensor. Yeah, it's a good solid powertrain. I drive this every day to work, or anywhere I go I drive this. I have another car, my Infiniti i30, and it drives good and everything. I need to start driving that car more. I don't drive it nearly as much as I should be, but yeah. Oh, and I fixed this little under hood light here, so now that works. But yeah, just thought I'd make a little update video for you guys on my 1993 Ford Explorer and where it's at today. This is actually the same parking lot that I filmed the first or second video in once I got it running, once I got that gearbox in it. So yeah guys, I appreciate the views, I appreciate the likes, and I will see you again one day. Thank you everyone for watching.